gentlemen, we now begin the second panel discussion for the afternoon. The topic for discussion is optimizing supply chain systems and processes for safer businesses.
In terms of the regulatory environment, you have new contaminants, and just now all the panelists this morning as well as right now have described, there are new risks, new contaminants, there are new problems that are occurring every day. When you have a certain adulteration or contaminant, you're testing for that particular contaminant, and you're not testing for others, and you're not going to be able to detect it. As we find out about it, you start developing standards, you start developing regulations, and you test for it. So to say that, the current regulatory framework is not sufficient is probably a little bit too simplistic. So, every time we are finding new risks, one is adjusting the framework and one is adding to the list of risks that are present. At the same time, there are risks that are disappearing that were present a long time ago, but due to things like, packaging developments, processing developments, those risks no longer exist. And then similarly, the regulatory framework and where you put your concentration of efforts to manage that risk needs to be adjusted. So we need to adjust our focus in the areas of current risk. And this is a continuously evolving process, and regulation must evolve with that.
These contaminants, once it is discovered, so obviously it's going to increase your production cost. Due to the safety measures that you need to take in the production processes, how do you take care of this?
It would be also wrong to think that it's not going to increase production costs. It does. When you are trying to provide a certain level of safety and manage the risk throughout your processes, it is going to add to cost. But the point is that also food is an item which is extremely sensitive. You don't have the opportunity to return it to the store after you've consumed it. Once it's inside you and there is a problem, you're in hospital. So you don't have the chance of saying, hey, my radio is not working, fix it. So the price that people are willing to pay to ensure food safety, TÜVSÜD did a survey of all consumers in several different parts of the world, and we found that it's up to 20% that people are willing to pay for safe food. More than to get a certain level of confidence that the food is safe. On top of that, if you add the cost of poor quality, which can be through recalls, can be through rejections and those kind of things, and that's, again, when we surveyed the manufacturers, is in the range of 10 to 11%. So there's a 30% spread out there which can be used to ensure that you are reaching the safety expectations that a consumer market has. The flip side of that is that if you don't do it, you're out of business.